Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to try to find out how fast a potato goes in Scrap Mechanic. Because anyone who's familiar with Scrap Mechanic knows the primary projectile weapon is the potato with our Spud guns here. And a few days ago, I tried to find out how fast a rocket goes in Trailmakers, and that was actually pretty easy. Turns out it's like 285 kilometers an hour. Now, these potatoes seem to go a lot faster than those rockets did. But actually, now that I'm looking at it, this vehicle, this is just one of my default vehicles. This goes about 100 kilometers an hour, but I can also press the thrust and go up to about 130, 40, 110. It varies. The terrain is not the smoothest thing to drive on, which is going to make this a really interesting challenge to overcome. But fortunately, compared to Trailmakers, in Scrap Mechanic, the Spud guns can fire at a much faster rate than the rockets go. So rather than me driving by this and triggering a sensor that shoots a single Spud or a single potato, I think I'm just going to put these Spud guns on a loop so that they're constantly firing potatoes. And then as we drive down next to the firing potatoes, we can see, are the potatoes getting ahead of us, or are they actually falling behind us as we fire this stream of Spuds? But actually, the bullet drop in this is also not ideal. So I'm also gonna have to set these on an angle and see how much distance we can get where we can still see how well we're competing with the potatoes. But let me go back on that side of the map. Ooh, look at this vehicle. I typed in SLED, and I built this drift sled a long time ago. And this might actually be a really good vehicle. I don't know how fast it goes. I'll have to slap a speedometer on this thing. This thing is cool. It's been so long. I gotta remember how to drive it. Oh yeah, that's right. And I got brakes. I got built-in brakes like that, because it is a sled that slides across the surface. So here, I actually have a speedometer piece from the new Legend mod, which I don't have room to put anywhere because I've just filled this thing with blocks. I'm gonna put the speedometer right there. I think it'll actually blend in pretty well. Look at that. That actually kind of looks like it almost belongs there. It's like a little pillow for my head. All right, but you hook up the speedometer into the seat, and now I can see exactly how fast I'm gonna go in this thing. Wait, are we gonna slow down? So one huge difference between Scrap Mechanic and Trailmakers is that Scrap Mechanic does not have aerodynamics. So because this is a low friction creation, there's nothing really stopping us from continually gaining speed. There is a little bit of friction on this thing, but we're already surpassing our Trailmakers speed, so we might be able to, we can see now if the Spud gun is faster than Trailmakers rockets. So where am I even going? I'm gonna go towards the sun. How about that? This thing is so cool to drive in. All right, put on the brakes. There we go. So I don't know how I'm gonna regulate the speed. In Trailmakers, I just used an air brake that with a speed sensor that would automatically slow me down. But since I can't use air brakes in Scrap Mechanic, I might actually have to use some type of friction thing somewhere. Okay, but first things first, I need my Spud gun, my potato launcher system, so I can have a reliable source of potatoes to race. All right, so I'll just put that on a bearing. Now we can aim this wherever we want. All right, let's start. I think I did 10 degrees in Trailmakers, so let's just try to make this as similar to Trailmakers as possible so far. And then let's immediately make it very different by adding some logic that is going to make this thing rapid fire. All right, so now when I turn this on, you can see we've got a stream of Spuds. So that looks like a little bit steep of an angle. These Spuds go a lot farther than the rockets do, so they're clearly much faster. But let's see how fast this thing gets up to, and see if we can start getting anywhere near the speed. All right, but here we go. There's the Spuds. You can see they're starting to slow down. But that whole time, they are fast. Those Spuds are really fast. You know, I already lost it. I lost where I was. I don't know where the Spud gun is anymore. Oh, there it is. It's so hard to see. Do you see that? All right, I need to do the glass block trick. Glass blocks are really easy to see from really far away. All right, but I actually got to rebuild this in the middle of the map. And I'm actually going to improve on my design a little bit here. I'm going to put 2 Spud guns that are going to be alternating with 4 logic gates. So now they should alternate. All right, that looks like a pretty healthy distance. I can get some speed coming up here, and then we can see how we do. All right, so now if I back up, I should be able to get a lot more speed as well. Oh, I forgot the glass blocks. Hold on. I need to make a really obvious indicator of where I am. Are you guys enjoying the audio experience here? All right, here is our starting line. All right, so that should be much easier to see from a distance. The glass blocks, for some reason, they just stand out even when you're really, really, really far away, and everything else starts to fade away. So yeah, look at that. So easy to see. All right, here we go. Oh man, this thing is so fast. All right, come on. Oh, they are zooming. Guys, we're gonna have to go so fast. These are way faster than rockets. The Spuds are faster than rockets, confirmed. Now we just need to figure out how fast they even are. Am I gonna be able to get, I mean, yeah, we're gonna be able to get to the speed of a Spud because it basically, you have an unlimited speed limit in Scrap Mechanic. So I'm actually gonna delete this vehicle and I'm gonna build a brand new sled. Let's turn this off while I build so I don't lose my mind. All right, here we go. So to build a good sled, you need low friction blocks, just like that. And then you just slap down a bunch of thrusters and a seat, and you're pretty much good to go. So it's gonna be a super basic vehicle, because the vehicle is not the highlight of this. It's the speed of the Spuds. The speed, you can't really combine those words and make sense. It helps when words are 2 syllables if you wanna combine 2 different words. 1 syllable words are hard to combine 2 of them into another 1 syllable word. Spud. Speed. There we go. I don't know. Now it just sounds stupid. All right, 8 rockets. All of these are gonna be on max power. These are gonna be my turning rockets. I don't know about reverse. I guess I should add some reverse in here, huh? All right, I think I've built something functional right now. Let's see. So we go forward. Holy cow, I was not expecting it. Look at my character. My character's freaking out. And there's the wall. Graceful. All right, well, everything seems pretty much functional. I can steer. Now I'm just finding right there is the glass block. Oh my goodness. How about reverse? I didn't try reverse yet. Ready? Oh yeah. Oh, this thing's great. This thing is fantastic. Holy cow, this is crazy. All right, are we gonna we gotta catch up to the Spud guns now, right? We gotta catch up to the Spud guns now. This, I didn't even see how fast this thing went. We were in like the high, close to 1,000, I think. All right, let's turn this on. We're about to catch up to these Spud guns, or to these potatoes. I mean, the Spud guns are easy to catch up to. They're stationary. All right, here we go. Oh my god. Okay, we got a problem. Controllability is a huge problem. Do I need to make a track? A track's gonna be so tedious to make though, to make it that long. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here's how you do it. You're aligned with the grid now. We just gotta go straight. That's always easier said than done in Scrap Mechanic. Here we go. Oh, we did it. Okay, we've officially gained distance on a flying potato. Okay, so now how do I dial in the speed though? There was 1 second that I could see myself going the same speed as the potato, and I don't know how to dial that in. I'm gonna make this thing look a little bit cooler. And in that process, I'm gonna try to add some speed regulation functionality. And to be honest, I don't have any idea how I'm gonna do that yet. But let's see what happens. Okay, so here's what I've done. I've just built out a shape of this thing so it looks more like a vehicle, not just a slab of frictionless blocks with thrusters on it. But now I'm a lot heavier, so I want to see how my speed now compares to these Spud guns. All right, here we go. Am I able to catch up this time? They're slowing down. Okay, I was getting there, but it did not seem like I got any point where I was catching up to one of the potatoes, so I'm definitely a lot slower. But I'm still running into the same issue, is that the more time I have to gain speed, I just keep gaining speed. How do I cap out quickly? The problem isn't my top speed right now, it's my acceleration. But then once I have the acceleration, then I want to actually cap out. All right, here we go. All right, look at that. Around like 450 maybe? So how do I get up to 450 instantly and then not pass 450? So one of the experiments I wanted to do kind of is, see, the problem is if I start increasing friction, then I also am gonna lower my acceleration, meaning it's gonna be a lot harder to get up to the speed as well. But let's say I put a line of plastic on both sides like this. Then I will have some friction on the ground that'll hopefully cap my speed here. Here, let's see. Oh my goodness, I'm so much slower. But how fast am I? All right, 3. See, now I need way too much time just to get up to speed, though, so that's a problem. Oh, wait a minute. No way. Look at my top. This happened to keep my top speed around 440. So there's potential here. If I deploy these friction pads, once I get up to that speed. Oh, no, see, there's the other. All right, you know what? This concept is like one of the simplest concepts. Just build a vehicle that goes as fast as a Spud gun. But executing this so that I'm actually matching the speed like I did in Trailmakers is way more complicated than I was thinking. I mean, there might be an easy solution that some of you guys have come up with that hasn't just popped into my head yet. But let me see about putting these things on deployable strips, so then I'll get up to that speed much quicker. All right, so now when I press number 5, that happens. You think that's gonna slow me down to 450? Let's find out. 4. All right, now they're down. And I don't slow all the way down. I'm still gaining speed. That's the problem. I don't want to be gaining speed anymore. How do I stop with the gaining of speed? I'm just adding a few more blocks. See what happens. 3, 4. All right, I'm putting them down. Whoa. Whoa, huge difference. I'm slowing down for the first time. All right, this keeps me around like 400. Whoa, is it the wedge blocks? Is it the wedge blocks? Are the wedge blocks gonna be what saves me? So now I think if I just start deleting blocks and adding these wedges to cap the ends, I should just start being able to dial in my top speed maybe. And we reach 400, we put down the wedge blocks. Wow, and then we're going down again. Okay, maybe I gotta take off the back wedge blocks or something, because adding these wedge blocks on here have made a huge difference. 470. You know what? That's actually not too bad. Let's see how 470 compares. All right, Spud guns are on. Now I need to get a really, really big run up. Oh, you know, keeping myself under control is gonna be the next problem though. There are so many challenges to this. Come on. Oh, I don't have enough. I do not have enough time. All right, I'm gonna add these wedge blocks back here again. Yeah, so now I cannot get, wow, that's crazy how much of a difference that makes. Now I can't get above 400. All right, I wonder if the back ones might actually be having a bigger effect on the front ones, because look where the piston location is. It's probably stronger back there. So let me take off the front ones. There we go. Okay. 426. Okay, I like that. I like 424. Okay. All right, let's use this. Let's use this. But the problem, my problem is actually acceleration. Oh, that's looking promising. All right, now I definitely need more time with the Spud guns, so I'm gonna set the angle up higher. The distance, these Spud guns are traveling a much farther distance, so it looks like I'm gonna have that much more space compared to the rocket one and Trailmakers to figure out what the speed is. But they're going so fast that we cover that distance really, really quickly. So here, let's go up to 10 degrees now. It's gonna feel really far, but we really need to see ourselves right underneath them. Okay, there they are, there they are, there they are. We can see them. They are gaining on me, so they're more than 410. All right, you know what I'm realizing? I need to do, why didn't I just do this off the bat? Halfway through my Trailmakers video, I realized I needed more of like a starting gate that I could go underneath, and I do not know why I didn't do that with this. Fortunately, I have a pre-built start line here. Whoa, it's floating, look at it go. So I'm gonna go more towards the middle of the map so I have a much bigger run up. All right, so now all I gotta do is weld this. There we go. Perfect. So how far do they go? Oh yeah, now we can really see them. Whoa, they go so far. All right, I think if we look up from here, we'll be able to see whether or not we're matching their speed or not. We just gotta look straight up. Oh no, I made a mistake. Come back. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, I can see the Spud guns. Dang, they're getting ahead of me. This is so hard. Oh no, oh no. All right, so the Spuds looked like they were going faster again, and the problem is like this wedge is too much, so I need to start dialing in a faster top speed. All right, so I'm figuring it out. It does seem like the closer the wedge is to the piston, the slower we're capable of going. So if I extend it out to here, let's see what our top speed is. Yeah, look at that, 427. Okay, we can hover around 430 with this setting here. So let's get back to the thing. I can barely see it out there. All right, I need to make one more modification. I think first person is going to be the easiest to see, but I cannot see when my brakes are down. So I'm gonna slap an indicator light, and this is gonna tell me when I have pressed the brake button. Why? Okay. No, there's the potatoes. Oh, they're still faster. Even at like 340, they're still faster. So I need to make myself slower. Okay, so to make myself slower, I move this out farther. All right, 460. All right, here we go. I'm pressing it. All right, letting go, pressing it. Okay, this is around 500. I think that's good. Can I get to 500 before I get to the start line though? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm catching up now. All right, I was catching up around 490. So we definitely got to dial it in between 4 and, like 440 and, it is probably around 450. So if I want more brake, I need to move this back a couple blocks. This is kind of cool that this actually works as a speed brake adjuster. All right, so this should be closer to 450 now. Let's do a quick test here. We'll get up to 450 and then we hit it. Look at that. We actually stay at 454, 455. All right, perfect. Exactly what we wanted. And that's good. Slower is better. Slower is always going to be easier to manage and give us more time. So let me line up here. I'm going to give myself the best chance. I'm going to start. Whoops. Come back. I'm going to start in the line, and I'm just going to back up. And this will keep me hopefully better in line with everything. Not perfect, but just better. All right, waiting to get to 450. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 450. It is so hard to see. Whoa, where's the ground? I'm gonna change it so that the guns are down here, firing up. So that way the arch is gonna be lower and also starting next to me. And I'm gonna have a gun on either side as well. Okay, how's this look? All right, those should be much easier to follow. Actually, let me even reduce the angle of them just a little bit. See how this new system works. Here we go, 450. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That actually looks like we were matching the speed there. I'm gonna need a slow motion replay on that one. Like, it was kind of weird. Like, the spuds looked very glitchy, like, compared to my movement. Like, it feels like I'm moving very smooth across the ground, but the spuds were moving very choppy through the air, which is interesting. I don't think we're supposed to have that view of a spud. All right, we're at 460 now. All right, so now we're gaining on them. Okay, so that time I went over the speed limit and wasn't slowing down fast enough. So I think it might be around 450 kilometers an hour. I just want to get another 1 or 2 good races with them so that we can just, oh boy, so that we can see these spuds like they're still in air relative to us. Okay, we're around 4, wait. All right, I cannot understand first person. Every single time I go in first person, I spin around without even like realizing I'm spinning around. Like, the ground is moving so fast, I can't even tell when it's moving sideways. All right, never mind about first person again. There we go, 450. 450. Okay. I mean, I was able to follow a single spud visually through the air that time. It did, like, I think it's around like 453 to 5, because when I was at 450, it seemed like it was just pulling away by like 1 kilometer an hour average. But then as I like sped up a little bit, it seemed like it was matching the speed a little bit more. But I honestly don't think there's any more adjustments I can make to this thing that are gonna be that fine-tuned. Like, I feel like if I move these blocks one more time, that's gonna be like a 20 kilometer an hour difference. Oh yeah, right now we are slightly too slow, so I guess let's just try one final tweak just to see what happens. I'll extend these by 1 because my last modification retracted them by 2. So now we're gonna go in between. So now what is my max speed? Let's just find out real quick. All right, around 450, 60. Okay. Yeah, see, now it's like getting closer to 500 again, which isn't good. Dang, I'm still gaining at like 480. All All right, so this looks like it's around 590 or 490, which I already know is faster than the Spuds. All right, so I'm gonna try to get one more good side-by-side with these Spud guns, and then hopefully in editing, it'll look epic and we can do some slow motion or like frame by frame to see like who's getting ahead of who's faster, who's slower. Because at these speeds and with everything I'm trying to think about, it's so hard for me to actually focus on comparing my speed to the Spud speed within those like 1 or 2 seconds that I'm actually there. All right, now it's 460 for some reason. I don't know why. It should be the same exact as it was at the 450 version, but now it's just 460. So who knows? I don't know what that's gonna mean, but here we go. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. The big issue is when I turn my camera sideways, I have no idea how straight I'm going compared to the Spud guns. So going at an angle skews the entire perspective. I really need to be straight on with it. But when I put the brakes down, the friction, you can see if I don't do anything, the friction causes me to turn. I think my stability issue could be due to the fact that my main friction point is this wedge. I think I need the wedge to be this distance from the piston, but what if it is in the back instead? That actually might stabilize my trajectory forward. And now I just have to find out, does this give me the same braking power? Try to get up to 450. Here we go. Oh, look at this. This is so much... That was so much easier. Oh, that looks so much better. I mean, it still does try to turn me a little bit, but it felt way more doable. I'm actually really happy with that. All right, I think I can get a really good run with this. All right, let me do an experiment here. If I do nothing... Oh, look at that. It does equalize out. It does straighten me out. Okay, this is great. But I'm at like 470 now. Which, I don't know. Let's see. Let's just see. Okay, here we go. How are we doing? How are we doing with those? I don't know. I feel like I actually stayed straight with them that time. Oh, there's my other craft that I left all the way out here. Here we go. This looks good. There we go. All right. I feel like I'm a little bit faster than some of those. I was in the 470s and I'm a little bit faster. Let me move this down by, shave this down by 1. Being closer to the piston seems to have give me more friction. No, it's still too much. Still around 470. All right, there definitely is a different effect with these in the back. I need to shorten it up even more. 450, 60. There it is. There it is. Whoa, those Spud guns are all going different speed, or those Spuds were going different speed because of the angle. All right, I'm gonna delete the top ones because their trajectory is just less important right now. And they're interfering with the readability of this. And I'm also gonna quadruple up these Spud guns and set them on different logic gates, so that way we just have a bigger spread, or a more dense spread rather. All right, there we go. Now each side has 4 Spud guns firing at 4 separate times, so we should be good. Look at that stream. That is a nice stream right there. Don't take that out of context. There we go, 460. Look at that. Oh. That is so interesting. All of these Spud guns are guaranteed definitely on the same angle, but some of the Spuds were going different speeds. So there just might be some inconsistency in Spud velocity. That is, I was not expecting to see that. All right, let's get one more take, and I think we've figured out what's going on here. All right. Yeah, now we're faster than some, but slower than others there, I'm pretty sure. Because there were some that I saw pulling ahead. Most of them were falling behind. That's because I let myself get over the 460 kilometers an hour speed range. But I think it's around like 450 to 460 is most Spud shots seem to be in that range, which is almost double the Trailmaker's rocket speed. So that is kind of interesting. All right, well, there you have it. A much harder experiment to carry out in Trailmaker, or in Scrap Mechanic than it was in Trailmakers. And the results were not nearly as precise as they were in Trailmakers, but we got some results either way. We've narrowed it into a range. But we've also discovered that the Spuds seem to actually have a range. So do with that information what you will. I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but now you have that information. And I just realized I had a paint error there. So if you did not see the Trailmakers version, I'll definitely leave a link on the end screen right here and also down in the description. And if you guys enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy some other stuff that you can find on the end screen as well. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.